Welcome. I'm Father Kevin, and this is Alert to Good News. Here's a video reflection on the Gospel for the 12th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Happy summertime. It means longer days, higher temperatures, and Atlantic storms aplenty. That's the prediction for this summer, and let's hope some of those predictions are wrong. In the Gospel, Jesus is on a small boat in the Sea of Galilee. A storm suddenly arises with crashing waves. And guess what? Jesus is asleep. How can that be? The frightened disciples were afraid they would drown in these raging waters. And so they awaken Jesus and beg him to save them. Jesus simply calms the waters and asks, "Do you not yet have faith?" The gospel scene inspired the renowned Rembrandt to paint the storm on the Sea of Galilee. And I would like to reflect on one theme: the disciples were frightened. Jesus assures the disciples, "Do not be afraid." Yes, do not be afraid to do the right thing, to love goodness and walk humbly with God. And why is that? Because God is with us. We have the energy of God within us. And how often do we hear that we're short on oil, gas, and so forth? We seek energy streams. And on the spiritual level, we face similar challenges. Where do we get the energy to overcome spiritual challenges in our daily life? Do we look above to the living Christ? God, through Jesus Christ, by the power of the Spirit, has given us his energy, power, and strength. And that same energy of God raised Jesus from the dead. When Jesus completed the job he had been given, he cried out, "It is finished." And with that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Amazingly, in the blood and water flowing from the side of Jesus, we see a symbol of hope for humanity. The blood symbolizes his life poured out for you and me, for all of us. The water symbolizes the Spirit, whose waters will cleanse, heal, and energize us. The evidence of the empty tomb and the Jerusalem Galilee appearances convinced the disciples that Jesus was alive. And because he lives, we live. They saw and believed that God's energy had raised Jesus. And this was unexpected sunshine. Spring had come, and with that, a communal sense of God's gift of the Spirit. We easily forget that the same energy and power and strength of God that raised Jesus Christ from the dead now lives in us. It so possessed the Jerusalem disciples that they started a spiritual revolution around the world. In recent times, an electrician, a prisoner, a nun, Lech Walesa, Nelson Mandela, and Teresa of Calcutta, and their co-workers freed Poles from Soviet occupation, restored rights to all of South Africans, and restored to suffering and dying people in India and elsewhere their human dignity. Yes, I include co-workers. Famous names are spark plugs, but many people walked with Walesa, Mandela, and Teresa of Calcutta. The strength of God within us can fire us up to do the right thing, love goodness, walk humbly with God, at home or at work or in the community. And I hope we will realize that the quality of our life and our soul's destiny is being measured by our godlike attitudes and behaviors. going the extra mile to help someone in need, keeping promises, working for the common good, trusting in an all good and compassionate God who is ever near to us in the twists and turns of life, and who will guide us safely home to our heavenly dwelling place. Yes, we can do all these things and more if we let that energy and power and strength of God work in us as it has worked in holy men and women throughout the ages. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may you always have a blessed day and always be alert to good news. Thank you for watching this video. You can see more videos here or simply subscribe by hitting the button below.